Talk to him.
Hey y'all, it's me, Tam Bam.
And it's AJ.
And this is We Talk Back.
Yay, on the Black Effect Podcast Network.
And guess what? We have something special for you today. We have Drew Sidora.
From the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the newest cast member.
Oh, it's so exciting.
So she's going to be talking with us about a few things. We want to know what the hell happened at the bachelorette party, at Cynthia's bachelorette party. Also, where the fuck did her husband go for 3 days?
No, I want to know who smashed Bolo. Oh my God, we got Drew Sidora on our show. We're so excited to have you today.
And we really appreciate you doing our show.
Yes.
We made it happen, guys.
Yes.
You know, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes,
that
honey.
was so beautiful, by the way.
And
You
you too. Yes, you're glowing, sis. You're glowing.
Our hair is popping, I must say.
Period.
I'm Brazilian today. This is Brazilian or Cambodian. I think we say Cambodian.
I think I'm doing Brazilian today too,
I'm
girl.
Indian.
You're Indian?
Okay. We are international. We are cultured. Okay.
Period.
Beautiful and black.
So we definitely want to talk to you about your peach and how you've been having some shade. Someone sitting under your peach tree. LaToya.
Oh, never heard that. That is good.
Yes, so you can drop that on her next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring that back. That's a good one. Yeah, that's been interesting because for me, I was just excited to get to know everybody. Like we're grown women, so it's like naturally you just want to get to know people, connect, and you know you're not going to connect with everybody. So it was just kind of immature, you know, and I was completely blindsided that I was being judged upon just like entering the door.
Do you think it's because...
Like, who does that?
Right. And you know, I watch the show. So I'm trying to figure out, you have the peach. You're already going to be permanently on the show. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know what's in the background. But do you think that maybe the producers put her on to be like the antagonist to try and get your peach? Like, does she think she has an opportunity to get your peach?
She doesn't have a peach. I'm not the producer, so I don't know if she's gonna get a peach, you know? I can say that I feel like she came on here a little thirsty, and just a little bit caboodles. I call her caboodles because she just does the absolute most. So I just honestly, like, if it is the producers, then she's a showgirl and she's being fake. And if she's being authentic and that's really her, then I'm sad. So either way, it's a lose-lose in my book because, you know, I just feel like as women of color, especially after coming off of Black Lives Matters, the 2020 we had, it's just like, why are we tearing each other down like that and off of no basis? Like, I can see if I did something, because I can give you a couple reasons to be mad. Like, if you want it, you can get it. You know, I can give it. So, but it just seemed inauthentic to me to just pass judgment without really even getting to know me. So,
Absolutely.
Right.
that's
Right
my own thoughts.
Right out the gate, she was talking about your character on the game. Like, I don't like you because of your character on the game. Like, it was just fresh out the gate. Like, y'all didn't really have any real interaction. She was judging you off of character.
And your hair, was nothing wrong with your hair on the first episode.
I didn't think so.
Or whichever episode it was. There was nothing wrong with it.
It was COVID. I was doing my own wigs. So, but I felt good about my wig. I felt great about it. I was confident. And I was just like, I'm glad you watched. You know, that's how I was like, I'm glad you watched. Okay. You know what I mean? Moving on next. I realized very quickly that she wasn't my cup of tea. We didn't connect. And that's okay. You know, it's okay. I'm okay with that.
Right.
So
I'm okay with that.
Out of all the women that you're dealing with on the show, who's your favorite? Who do you feel like you connect with the most?
Honestly, definitely Portia. I mean,
yeah, we love Portia.
We have a very genuine friendship. We have a lot of fun. I find her to be very honest, down to earth. Like, she's not a showgirl. Like, what you see is what you get. Our daughters play together. She's my neighbor. So it was just a very genuine connection. Cynthia, that's my ride or die. She and Mike are both friends with Ralph and I. So it's like we have a couple friend, and that's, you know, she's really like a big sis to me. So I would say those are my two, but I get along with pretty much everybody. Shamia, Candy, I don't have no problems. Like,
those are all like the neutral people though.
except for just these two. You know what I mean? Very bitter.
So wait, who's the two? Because I know Latoya.
No, the two would be Latoya and Kenya, right?
Those two.
Oh, you don't have to say any names. We already know. Listen, I can feel the energy through the screen. Look, sips tea.
So the last episode, woo, baby, it was juicy. I enjoyed the episode, girl. I was watching like this.
Oh my God.
That's how I was watching the episode. I had to run it back. Okay.
I was nervous because, and I mean, for me, I had fun. I told everybody what happened. I was excited about it. Bolo is amazing, you know, at what he does. But I saw some things that I was like, yeah, I don't know if they're going to show all of that, which they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't. But I was nervous for some particular person that I was just like, oh, if they show what she did, I mean, it's going to be really bad. But they didn't show everything. So,
right.
Thank God. You know, she's lucky. She caught a pass on that one.
Let me tell you. All right, so the scene where y'all are on, like, the camera is from the patio or something, and they're looking in the window, and I can't tell what you're doing, sis, but it looked like you're moving like this, girl. And I'm getting close to the screen trying to figure out.
So, I was learning how to twerk. Okay. So the ladies had taught me how to twerk because I really don't know how to twerk. I didn't know how to twerk at the time. So, you know, Bo was getting everybody lap dances, and I was just, you know, next in line. And when it came time, I was like, I'm about to learn everything to bring back home to my husband.
Period.
So that was my intention. And I was like, the girls were rooting me on. They was complimenting me. So I felt good about what, you know, tricks I learned there. And Bolo, yeah, he flipped me over the coffee table, gave me my little 1-2, you know, lap dance. And it was great. It was a bachelorette party. So,
so
I didn't feel bad about none of it.
So do you think that, because I am a firm believer in giving men something to deal with. Because if you be a little bit too easygoing, your man can get up and go to Tampa for 3 days without you knowing. So do you think maybe that scene kind of put him in his place, let him know, don't get too familiar with me. Yeah, you're my husband. I've been, you know, we've been married for a while, but don't get too familiar to where you think you can just play with me all type of ways.
Yeah, I think for, you know, anybody who's married, it's like, first and foremost, marriage is hard. Like, marriage is a lot of work. And I think when you just have two people that are committed, you're going to have these ebb and these flows. And so, yeah, for that situation and him leaving for 3 days, and we're actively in marriage counseling, I did learn that as a wife. I mean, we talked about it on the show. His expectation is a little different than mine. He expects to have respect and sex three times a week. So for me, I do have to, and I had to own that I have to step it up in that area, you know, of being more of a sexual being, making sure I get my naps in so I can submit to him in the way that.
But you got several jobs
to be met.
You have several jobs.
And anybody listening, you got to step up your sex game. Like, women can't be up here withholding sex and expecting their husband to be faithful. And so for me in marriage counseling, I own that portion. So me going and learning some new tricks, he's not complaining now, you know, but it is the truth. Like, whatever you do, we can do and do it better. So, you know, sometimes you have to, you know, just teach them some things. But the biggest thing is I always stand behind telling the truth, you know, being honest and transparent, but also learning how to submit. And it's okay to say, you know what, I'm not perfect. I'm going to work on these areas because this is what my husband is saying that he needs. And it has to be two-way street. So,
but here, all right,
I'll give him more sex. He won't leave for 3 days.
But here's the thing. You said you're learning new tricks, okay? And that's good, but they got to learn some new tricks too. You're bringing that same dick to the bed that you've been bringing to the bed for years and years and years. Like, we shouldn't be the only ones.
That's where I get into my actress bag and we do a little role play. I got me like a little strobe light. You know, you gotta make it creative. So we do little trips. You know, we use our imagination and it really keeps the bedroom spicy.
Right.
So I think after, like you said, you've been with somebody for like years and years and years, you got to find new ways to keep it engaging and exciting. So y'all got that part right. That is very true.
What about bringing somebody else in there?
Oh.
Cynthia's thinking about it now.
honestly say I've had thoughts about it, and we'll go to the strip club, but I'm not there. Like, I don't judge women that do that. I commend them for their confidence. But our marriage is not that stable, and I'm a little territorial, and I'm not ready to do that. We're just not strong enough. I'll be the first to admit we're not strong
So
enough.
has that ever came up in your relationship? We did a whole episode. We had a gentleman who's been in a 5-year non-monogamous open relationship. So has Ralph ever presented that to you? What would you think of that? Like, if you've been saying, I mean, you guys, you guys have been in a monogamous relationship you've been married, 6 years, right?
Yep, 6 years, going on 7.
So let's just say tomorrow he comes in and say, you know what? Maybe we should have an open relationship. How does that look like for you?
Hell no.
Listen, I believe in honesty. And I believe that if a man is not being fulfilled, he has a right to speak up, and the wife should acquiesce to that. I've never been in that situation, so I can't honestly say how I would react. Like, would I leave? Would I think about it? Like, I really have to sit in that, because I've had thoughts of, okay, threesome, kind of sounds sexy. You know what I'm saying? Could turn me on. We go to strip clubs, but it's like to actually do it, I feel like I couldn't do it. Like, when I really put real thought into it, it's like not something I don't think I would be okay with. You know, especially, and that could change. You know, we'll have to talk again in the future. I'm just really honest. Like, I don't have all the answers, but I just feel like where we are right now, our marriage isn't strong enough. Now, maybe if your marriage is strong enough, you know what I mean?
Right.
And my confidence is higher, and we have better communication, you know, then maybe it could change. But like, where we are right now, I just can't even fathom the thought. Like, I'm still trying to figure out where he was, what's
going on between
So
you and
look, I'm not trying to get in your business, because like, I feel like both of us are like the type of friends, like, you can tell me all the things you want to tell me about your man. I may not even ask for an update. When you like him, I love him. When you don't like him, I don't like his ass. So all I want to know is that you know what happened in Tampa. I'm not asking you what happened in Tampa, but I want to know, do you know what happened in Tampa? Who he was with? A little bit of the business.
I will say, and I don't want to tease too much, but in marriage counseling, he did like kind of share some things that shed a little more light. And it was good for me. Like, I felt complete in knowing that he was on his best behavior. And in marriage counseling, he needed to do what he needed to do. And it wasn't so much like running to someone. It was just running away from me at that moment, because, you know,
I've been Ralph before. I've been him before. I've actually been Ralph before. I ran away for a couple days. Yes.
So now look, I'm about to ask you a question. So what did you do? Why did you run away? And then what did you do when you ran away?
I hung out with somebody else. I ran away to Atlanta. And I hung out with somebody else for a little while. But it was because, why are you looking at me like that? Because I'm telling my business? Listen, because I felt, and you kind of said something recently where you said that you felt like the show is helping you with your marriage.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like, and at the time we were also in therapy, I feel like me going to Atlanta may have helped him straighten up a little bit. I don't know. So now you're trying to bust it wide open a little bit more for him, because you don't want him to go to any outside resources, right? To outsource the vagina.
That's, you know what I realize is, like, you know, people have their vices. So it could be alcohol, drugs, cheating. For him, it was going to the beach, literally going to meditate and getting away, just bringing separation to the both of us, because it could have, I mean, when you think about people that end up in a violent domestic situation, it's like they may not be abusers or they wanted to do that. It's just because when you're so emotional, it's like he made the best decision for our marriage to have a chance at that time. And also when he was younger, and this is what we learned in marriage counseling, he would run away from home whenever he got too stressed or his mom made him feel unappreciated. And so a lot of what you bring into your marriage is the baggage of your past. And so once I realized it wasn't about me, because like when you had to run away, was it you just needing to get away? Was it you needing to fulfill something?
All those things.
Like what was
everything?
Yeah.
Look, I'm not being interviewed, but
listen,
you're helping me.
I want to have a conversation.
Yes. It was just me. I needed to get away. Literally, like seriously, I felt like you were too familiar with me. You thought I would never leave. And I just wanted you to feel a little bit away. And it's bad because that's just not what you do in a relationship, especially if you're going through therapy and trying to figure things out. Because, you know, that I'm engaged. So that's my fiance's thing. Like, you left while we were in therapy.
Oh my God.
But it was after the first session of therapy. It was the first session. It's like the first session ain't work. We need like 6 more. So I understand Ralph a little bit. And one thing I wanted to say to you, because I saw where you said that, you know, you didn't know what was going to be, what we would see, what the public would see as far as the episode. And you were like counting your blessings every time the commercial came on. And then you mentioned to him, well, I still don't know what you did in Tampa. Is that deflecting? Because you supposedly got over Tampa, right? Did you get over Tampa? Are we over Tampa now?
I am not completely healed, right? So I'll be honest. Let me process this. So I am content and I receive the reason why. I think it's more of the reason that I realized why he had to leave more so than his actions. And so we've made an agreement that you can't abandon your family. You can't just leave because it gets hard, because that's what marriage is hard. You can't just run. You can't be a runner. So I am complete with that. But I feel like, you know, me being open and honest and transparent, that was my, you know, intention, was just to be like, this is how you could be. You could just, if he would have said to me, I'm going away to Tampa, I need a break, I would have been like, okay, you know, all right. But I think the fact was, it wasn't that he actually went. It was that I didn't know where he was.
And then he was watching y'all on camera.
Right. But see, you better than me, because
listen, hold on.
My man would say, I'm going to Tampa. I would be like, we going to Tampa. I don't know if I would be able to be like, okay, go ahead. Like,
no. When you're married for 6 years, I'm like, go. Like, I'm happy when I need my breaks. And so, but the difference is, I'll tell him, like, I'll go get me a hotel for a night or two, because everybody needs their me time. We got 3 kids. So no. We need our own corners. Sometimes he'll go in the guest room. Sometimes I'll go, just because I want to watch my shows. I want the heat on a certain temperature. He wants it cold. Like, it's just certain things that you need a break. You're going to need a break. But you have to communicate that you need it and let your family know where you're going. So my reason for communicating everything on a trip was to let him know, this is what you should do to your spouse, is to be honest, open, transparent, and then it's all good. Like, that's what I feel. Even if you're like, hey, you're not giving me enough sex, I'm about to go get a girlfriend or go cheat. Let it be my choice if I want to leave you or stay. Don't take my choice away from me. So that was me. I'm going to be honest, even if you don't like it. Look, the stripper flipped me over. You can't be mad. I didn't cheat. I was at a bachelorette party. I mean, yeah, I twerked.
Right. But if everything was good, this is what I meant by deflecting. Because if, let's say Ralph never went to Tampa and everything was good in our relationship, would you have had that much fun at the
Would you have let Blolo flip you on the table, girl?
You see, that's what I meant by deflecting, because you had such fun because you did it in Tampa. I don't know what you did. So shit, I'm gonna have fun at this bachelorette party.
I honestly feel like if he hadn't left and it was still COVID and I had been in the house for 7 months, I had 3 Achilles rupture surgery. That was my first bachelorette party that I ever been to. I feel like I would have did the same thing. I feel like as a woman, I was living for me. It was so much not about him, because he goes to the strip club. He goes with his friends to the strip club and gets a lap dance. Like, that's just part of like male culture. So I think women can have the same fun men have.
Absolutely.
Right. Without it being disrespect. Right.
We would like to think so, but we already know.
Men don't feel the same. They don't feel the same.
Well, he gonna have to like get emotionally stronger, and he gonna have to understand that we're equals. I'm not living in that men are above women or those gender roles. No, whatever you do, women can do. I am a feminist. Women empowerment, and as long as you don't cross that line, I feel like everybody's line is different. Like I said, if you and your mate agree on open marriage, that's y'all line. Y'all line is over there. If your line is having, threesome, that's your line. My line is here. It's a little bit closer, but that's our line. Don't cheat. Don't lie. That's my tolerance. Those are the things I can not tolerate. It's the cheating, the lying, and the lack of transparency.
Right.
I
agree.
Yes,
I agree. I
mean, that's the lying. It's the lying for me.
Right. And that's why the show, our podcast is We Talk Back.
Yes.
And I mean, it's just about female empowerment. I won't necessarily say I'm a feminist because I like to be taken care of.
Me too. I'm not a feminist. I'm not.
I like to be taken care of, child.
I like to be called sweetie, baby. Like,
do you think your profession kind of look at do you think your profession kind of challenges like your marriage a little bit, like what you do for a living?
Oh yeah, it definitely does. You know why? Because my husband is not in entertainment. He's in corporate, and that's a different structure. And then for me, it's like I cannot have a job today and like be on a series tomorrow. My schedule is not repetitious. So having kids and a husband's like, where's my dinner? Oh, well, I was working. I had to film something till 1 a.m. It makes for just, you have to be down for the roller coaster. And initially he was not used to that. And that brings challenges, because I be sleepy and he be ready to get it in. And I'm like, well, I worked until, you know what I'm saying? So we got to find times to get like on the same page. Because really all he cares about is sex. Like he's a great husband.
I think it's because he's an Aquarius. I Googled him. He's an Aquarius. That's the only thing I looked up about him. My fiance is an Aquarius. Girl, I know what you're going through. I know what you're going through, girl. I already know. Yes.
I feel you. Your pain.
Girl, they different.
You are smart. You are smart.
That's the only thing I looked. I'm not a stalker now. That's the only thing I wanted to know. From the first episode, I said, let me see what this nigga sign is.
Wow. Wow.
And I already knew.
So wait, does that mean Aquarius, like they just like sex a lot?
Yes.
Okay. Aquarius man.
A lot of sex.
Yeah.
Role play. all these, you have to really keep up with them.
So wait, between the two of you, what do you think is a healthy amount of sex a week?
I would say 3 to 4 days. 3 to 4 days. But for him, it's like every day. Mm-hmm. And if it's just not, if it's not intercourse, it got to be something else.
Right. And that part, I be like, I now love getting a sore throat because I be like, well, my throat's sore.
Girl, I got TMJ. Listen, I have real.
She has a doctor's excuse.
And from dental work. So like my jaw, let me see if you can hear it. Hold on. My shit loud.
Hear that shit. Her jaw is clicking though. So she has a doctor's excuse why she can't.
So you got a doctor's note. You got a doctor's excuse.
Yes, I really love you if I'm doing all that extra work and listening. I don't feel like it. I swear I don't feel like it.
Yes. It's a lot of work. That's part of the marriage. I mean, that's a lot of work within itself. Like, I got to take vitamins. I got to get a nap in. Wait till you guys have children, like a family. It's a lot. And then you got the kids walking in sometimes. Like, it's just a whole
What are you doing to mommy? Get off my mommy. You're hurting her.
I got stories about that. We don't have to talk like offline. I was mortified. Like,
I know you were. Right.
It's just all kind of other elements.
All you got to say is all you got to say is how you think you got here. That's what my mama told me when I saw her and my dad. How you think you got here? That's it. That's all she told me about sex.
Should I? My daughter's 3. She'd be like, huh?
Right.
Got here. I don't understand. I don't know. I'm going to try that. But that's a tough thing. Because you try to shield your kids for so long, but like, we have a 9-year-old and it's starting to get real where I know that conversation is like knocking on the door. I don't know. I'm not ready.
But don't let the internet
I'm not ready for that.
Right. Don't let the internet teach them. That's for sure.
So I know
absolutely.
we only have a few more minutes, but we wanted to play a game with you. So it's an acronym game, and it's based on Chicago slang because we know you from Chicago, girl.
So we trying to test your gangster.
I'm trying to test your gangster. Let's see what kind of slang you know. All right. So here's the first one. WW.
Wait, are these abbreviations?
It's a slang word. All right, we're gonna give you some clues. So basically, if you're telling a story and you're trying to make a long story short,
in Chicago slang.
In Chicago slang, like, yeah, girl, I went out with him. Long story short, no.
Hey, look,
no, we found these on the internet. All right, it's woo wop the bam, woo wop the bam. No, y'all don't.
Oh, woo wop, you know. Oh, okay. That's just something how we talk.
Yeah.
So that's more, our language. We be like, woo wop bam, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Woo bam, but it's not always woo wop bam or, woo woo. That's when we woo.
That's more universal. Woo woo. But woo wop the bam, nobody else says that shit but Chicago. But next.
All right, so here's the next one.
That is funny that y'all. Oh my god.
All right, what's this one?
Pull it down. Don't cover your face up.
All right, this one is like, if Toya run up on me one more time, you gonna say this. I'm gonna beat her ass.
Oh my mama. That's one thing.
Okay, it's kind of like that.
Oh my mama.
All right, I'm gonna tell you. On phone and them. On phone and them.
She looking like no.
You don't know that one? Somebody from Chicago gave me this one.
We say, oh my mama. Oh, Larry Hoover.
Okay, I heard that one too.
I put that on O Block. Like, you gotta put it on like, on my mama and them. That's one thing.
Okay.
Yeah, on my mama.
All right, here's this one. Oh, wait.
That is,
I was supposed to say YOLO.
It was supposed to say YOLO, not Bolo.
I don't know nothing about Bolo, okay?
And then here's the last one. All right, this one is a little bit more difficult. This is if you go to South Carolina and you're hanging out with your girls.
In Isle of Palm.
In
Isle of Charleston, too.
And the cameras go off.
Bolo, what?
We're just going to tell you.
No. Hold on. One more second.
Bitch, what? I don't know. Bitch, what? Bolo, what? His thing is.
Bitch, who fucked the stripper?
Tell us who fucked the stripper, girl.
Bitch, who fucked the stripper? Did somebody?
It's only two bitches. So which two bitches fucked the stripper? I saw the preview for the next episode, and somebody was looking a little shame in the face. So I don't know.
Who y'all think it was? Because I don't think that happened. But I mean, Kenya is running and driving this train, and everybody's jumping on it.
Right.
But I was like, nobody told me they did. Like, not even on some don't tell nobody. I really think it's made up. So that's why I'm watching just like everybody else. Like,
but he left 7 o'clock in the morning, so he just stayed the night there in that extra bedroom.
They was in there doing Bible study, girl.
Maybe his Uber didn't come until that time.
Girl, if I commit a crime, I want you to be there, girl, because you're not telling nothing.
He drove a whole Cadillac Escalade off the next morning.
Was that his? Like,
maybe it was Uber. It could have been an Uber X.
It could have, been an Uber.
I was like, maybe Candy was asleep and forgot to call his Uber. I don't know.
Yes, girl, interrogation room. I don't know nothing. 16.
No, for real. I'm being funny, but like, I really, truly don't believe it. I felt like it was Kenya just trying to character assassinate Portia and Tanya. Like, I just felt like it was just all made up for Kenya to just once again try to tear down another Black woman. That's what I discerned. That's what I felt. Because it was just like, we all were having fun. You weren't in their room. How do you know? Like,
exactly.
It could have been girl on girl. How are you just going to say that? Like, you just don't know for sure. And I just felt like to throw those things around.
Well, I thought it was Portia and Toya.
Really...
Portia and Toya?
Yeah, not Portia and Tanya.
Well,
I don't see Tane
let
like
me
that.
tell you, that man was so fine. Like whoever it was, I'm not mad.
Yeah, no, I'm happy
not
for them.
mad.
Like if they wanted to do what they want, they grown women. Leave them
Right.
alone. Like we're all able. But my thing is, if you did it, own it. You know, that's what I really stand behind. That just own it. That's why I don't believe it, because Portia's so honest and so real. Like she said
She would
stuff that
tell.
you wouldn't think people would say. That's why I'm like, she's somebody that would own it and be like, look, she doesn't have anything to hide. She's single. You know, whatever the case may be. I mean, she's definitely free to do her own thing. She's not married. But I just hope, you know, I believe that she would be totally honest. So I
own
we
your
gonna have to
hoe.
keep
Somebody
watching.
need to own their hoe.
Yeah, on
Somebody need to own their hoe and let us know
But
who fuck Bolo.
But Candy said what happens in the dungeon stays in the dungeon. So if the dungeon was closed, why are we even still talking about it? You know?
And that was my point. Like, it's a bachelorette party. What happens, I was raised, what happens at a girl's bachelorette party stays there.
Right.
As Candy said, what happens in the dungeon stays in the dungeon. So, like, why are we even trying to figure it out? We had a great time.
Right.
Absolutely.
That was one of the few times that we all genuinely were getting along.
Mm-hmm.
So why are we now making this negative? I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
Right.
We agree.
We agree.
Yeah.
Well, we know our time is up. We wish it wasn't over because we're having so much fun with you, but we thank you for coming.
Thank
and we
y'all.
want you back.
Appreciate y'all. Please have me back, because we got to do a whole segment on just Aquarius men. Like, I feel like
I'm a whole horoscope
Yeah.
type person. I'm a Gemini. What's your sign?
I'm a Taurus.
I love
boy.
Taurus. I love Taurus.
Aw.
Give me another hug.
A virtual hug.
Girl, but them Aquarius, they special. I love them.
Yeah.
I haven't dealt with one of those.
Though. Girl, child. Bypass their ass and Scorpios.
I love
My
a Scorpio.
dad was an Aquarius, and my mom is now sharing with me how similar he is to my husband.
Mm-hmm.
See, as being the daughter, I didn't see that side. You know,
Right.
that happened behind closed doors. Now my mom is telling me, so I'm like, mommy. So yeah, my dad is even similar to my husband.
That's what
It's
happens.
crazy.
Mm-hmm. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No, thank y'all. Y'all are awesome. Thank you.
Sorry.
Hope to talk to y'all again. We're gonna have to recap. If it comes out, then we're gonna have to talk
Yes.
about it. Because I know
Yes,
we're gonna talk
definitely.
back. So
Definitely.
Okay.
I want to
Okay.
talk about
All right.
Tampa, and I want to talk about Bolo ass.
Bolo, for sure. For sure, though.
And you can have Ralph on here anytime, because
Yeah.
Yes, bring Ralph.
we love to hear what he has to say.
Yes, we want to hear his side.
Yep.
We want to know what happened in
Absolutely.
Tampa.
And you are free to ask him. You have my permission, okay?
Okay. All right, girl.
All right.
Bye,
See
people.
y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.